Hello and welcome. Today I want to talk about something that I'm quite passionate about. Perhaps not as passionate as I am about tipped arrows that are in flight when they enter a upwards lifting bubble column, but something that I'm still quite fascinated by and interested in. And that is, of course, walls. When I say walls, I don't mean this here, a wall of blocks or whatever. Instead, I mean the various blocks, well, kind of blocks, that are called walls, such as the sandstone wall. Now, these walls are pretty great, and with the 1.16.1 update, or the 1.16 update in general, I guess, their functions and use have improved. But in fact, they have improved so much so that now they are viable as a building material for different builds and stuff. For example, this build that I've done recently, its walls, as in these, are made completely out of wool, which is really cool because it adds a really nice effect. It gives a bit of depth without being at a block thick. It's just quite nice. However, that doesn't mean that walls don't have their own flaws. For example, if you were to put a window pane here, the walls automatically fill it in to make it tight against it, and it's one smooth surface. Well, not smooth, but it's one surface, if you know what I mean. However, if you try to do the same thing with a door, it doesn't go in, and it leaves quite an ugly gap. And that doesn't matter if you do it that way, or if you do it this way, it's still just an ugly gap. And I feel that is because it's not in the middle, so it just doesn't center it in. Now, if you try it with trapdoors, again, leaves a gap, and it's just, well, it's not the best. Another problem that I've found is that if you try to have like a half ceiling, a 2.5 ceiling, by putting a slab here, you're left with a gap here with the wall because you can't put the slab against it completely. So you're just left with a gap, which again is frustrating. Similarly, if you try and put any sort of decoration for your windows, if you try and put any blocks against it, for example, you're just left with an ugly gap, often filled in or not filled in at all by these things, which is quite disappointing when you want to build something nice. And that is why I believe that Mojang has quite a bit left to do with walls if they want to make it a truly versatile building material. It's because while I think it's a fantastic thing to use currently, it still has a lot to work. Because while currently it is already a great material to use in your builds, it still has a lot of things left to sort out about it. A lot of bugs left, and a lot of things that need handling to make it a truly great material for your builds. I know this is a bit of a weird and different type of video, but thank you for watching anyway. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, don't leave a like. If you really hated it, leave a comment saying you hated it, or you can dislike it as well. Subscribe if you want to, or unsubscribe if you want to. Thank you for watching either way, and goodbye.